Hi there, I'm Anna Prosser here at MLG Raleigh 2011 for Kingston HyperX, standing here with EG's newest member, EGHuK, Chris Loranger. How are you doing today?
All right. I went 2-0 today, so I'm as happy as I get.
So are you feeling like this will be a good tournament for you overall?
If I play as well as I did today and the other days, then I should do really well.
What factors determine whether you're going to play well in one day or not well another day?
A lot of it's luck, but sleeping well, getting exercise, just stuff like that. And generally, sometimes you like sit down and play and you feel really into it, and then other times you just don't feel into it. It's just, I don't know.
You've been doing a lot lately. You've been traveling all over the place on planes, hotels. You know, that takes a toll on the sleeping and eating and all of that. Has that been taking a toll on you, or have you been managing it really well?
I've been managing it the best I can, I think, but it hasn't been enough. I've posted really bad results at Assembly and IAM, so I don't know. You just do what you can and hope for the best. And I don't think if I had the choice to do it all over again, I would do it, but I'll deal with it.
Well, you've got a lot of practice doing that now. Do you have any tips or tricks for people who may be traveling but want to keep sharp?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. You can Google most of them. Like, if you want to reset your sleep schedule, you don't eat for 12 hours or something before you eat breakfast in the country you want to wake up in. So like if you want to wake up at 9 every morning for the country you're going to, don't eat 12 hours before you wake up at 9 when you get there, and then eat breakfast and then you wake up. And then there's like tips and stuff to sleep well and better on planes. There's certain medicines you can take too. I don't take medicine, but there's a lot of stuff you can do. I don't know.
Speaking of tips, there's been a lot of excitement because you have recently joined Team Evil Geniuses right here on your jersey. Yeah. So have you been giving your teammates any tips already? Have you bonded with them already? What's going on? What's the team dynamic?
I really haven't had much time. I joined like a week ago or so, and I was at Germany with Puma, but other than that, this was my first event with the majority of the team. We've talked a little bit. I just really haven't had time for anything in life besides traveling and playing. So hopefully when everything settles down, I'll be able to go over strategies more in depth with everybody and help out as much as I can.
You've been kind of well known for some of your comfort objects or your trademarks, like your hoodie, like your pillow. Do some of those things, where did they come from? Why do you do them?
I just learned from mistakes. Like my first LAN event last year at IAM, the seat was too low for my liking, and then I brought a pillow to the next event and I won it, so that helped. And then I used to get distracted by like other things moving around the screen, so I would put a hoodie on and it wouldn't fix it, but it would at least narrow my field of vision quite a bit. Since then I've gotten a lot better with without the pillow or without the hoodie, but it's still just, things that help, little things that add up and end up producing good results.
So it's all functional.
Yeah, it's all needed, it's all necessary.
Well, I've heard you mention a lot of times that you do a lot of things for the fans, and you're well known for your hearts that you draw, for things that you do for the fans. What drives you to do that? How do you feel about your fans?
I would like to think I'm one of the best players to my fans. I mean, I do as much as I can. People always came up to me and asked me to sign. I think Anaheim was one of the only events I couldn't sign as much as I would like to, but I still signed for at least like 4 or 5 hours. I just love my fans, and without them, the scene or the game wouldn't be what it is, and I couldn't be able to make a living off of it. So I'm just glad people have fun and they appreciate me, and I appreciate them too.
So a lot of love coming from EGHuK.
Yes, I love my fans dearly.
Well, someone else that there's been a love-hate relationship with, at least in the media, is IDRA, Greg Fields. And there's been quite a to-do made about you joining the same team. And we've heard that you guys are actually getting along pretty well. You seem to be playing well together. But be honest, how do you actually feel about Greg Fields? Honestly.
Honestly, Greg's a funny guy. I think he's actually a really nice guy when you get to know him. He has certain things that he went through, I think, in like high school and when he was younger that's kind of made him guarded in a lot of ways. And he uses those things to kind of have this bad manner personality and whatnot. I used to pity him a lot. I never hated him. I never even disliked him that much. I just, he was Greg, and that's just the way he was. I generally like him, and I think he's a good guy, but we get along fine, and we have for a long time. It's just in the game we don't get along so well.
So moving forward and training and hanging out together, you guys are going to have a good time?
Yes, I hope so at least. I'm planning on it, yeah.
And what about the rest of your team? Who are you particularly looking forward to playing with?
Puma for sure, just because he's so good. Hydra, I think it'll be good to go over with Jeff some strategies and hopefully help him a bit on certain things. And the Muslim probably too, if the Muslim can get back to where he was before his injury.
Great. Well, I'm here on behalf of Kingston HyperX, one of our most loyal sponsors who's helping us grow esports. Can you talk about the role of sponsorship in esports and how it's particularly helped you be able to make this your living?
Well, I mean, sponsors pretty much make everything possible. Like, I don't think so many people realize how much it costs, not even salary-wise, which is basically what we have our living made off of, because tournaments don't really give enough money and it's not consistent. So their salary, then besides that, traveling, like my travel schedule for the last month has been, I don't know, a lot. It's been like 3 different continents, like 2 or 3 different times at each. So that's all a lot of money. Hotels, flights, taxis, you know, whatever your team may cover. So sponsors make that happen, and I would like to think we help too by giving back, and they get enough exposure to make it worthwhile. So yeah, I love my sponsors.
Well, I'd personally like to thank Kingston HyperX for bringing me here, letting me hang out with HyperX. And do you have any thank yous or shout outs you'd like to give before we sign off?
MyEG.net, our sponsors, my fans, I love you. My friends and family, I love you too. And just thank you to everybody.